Hey everyone, and welcome back to another explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because honestly, we're going to unlock something completely fundamental. We're tearing right into the very DNA of a profitable trading strategy. If you've been struggling to find consistency lately, if you feel like you're taking one step forward and three steps back in the markets, this explainer is literally built for you. Today, we're focusing on how to gain a true mathematical edge. We aren't talking about luck here. We aren't talking about gut feelings, and we definitely aren't talking about gambling. We are breaking down the asymmetric advantage, mastering risk-to-reward math. By the time we wrap up today, you're going to see exactly how the pros engineer their trading to mathematically guarantee their long-term survival and growth.
So I've got a question for you. Can you lose 60% of your trades and still get rich? Seriously, let that sink in for a second. Does your brain immediately reject the idea? I mean, from the time we're in grade school, we're taught that a 60% is a failing grade, right? We are so conditioned to believe that success means being right all the time. But in the financial markets, that assumption is actually toxic. I need you to completely abandon this beginner mindset that you have to win every single trade to be profitable. You really, really don't. In fact, fighting for some impossible, near-perfect win rate is exactly what blows up most accounts.
Okay, let's dive into this and look at where the trouble really starts for most traders. Section 1. The win rate myth. When you first start out, your natural instinct is to obsess over your win rate. You're out there trying to predict the market perfectly, chasing this total fantasy of a 95% win rate, and let's be real, it is an exhausting treadmill of anxiety where every single red trade feels like a personal failure. But the professional trader, they do not care about their ego. They aren't worried about being right all the time. They are obsessed with risk to reward. They care exclusively about the mathematics of their payouts. They're hyper-focused on how much they make when they are right versus how much they lose when they're wrong. This one simple shift in focus, moving from the frequency of your wins to the magnitude of your wins, is a total game changer.
Moving on to Section 2, the math of ruin. To really grasp why this professional mindset is so crucial, we have to look at exactly why the beginner mindset fails so spectacularly in practice.
So here is exactly where so many hardworking people lose their capital. Picture this. You enter a trade without a strict plan. The market turns against you, you widen your stop loss out of fear, and eventually the pain just gets to be too much. You close it out at a heavy negative $100 loss. Ouch. That isn't just a hit to your wallet, it's a massive psychological blow.
Now contrast that pain with what happens when that exact same beginner actually gets a trade right. What do? They panic. They're so desperate to lock in a win, literally anyone at all, that they close the position for a meager positive $20. I mean, do the math on that for a second. One single bad trade just completely destroyed 5 of your hard-earned wins. You're working twice as hard for a fraction of the reward. It's a mathematical treadmill, and I promise you, it will eventually grind your account down to absolute zero.
So how do we actually step off that treadmill? Section 3, the 1-to-3 rule.
Let's define exactly what this means. Asymmetric risk to reward is aiming to make at least 3 times the amount of money you risk on any given setup. That word asymmetric is the secret sauce here. It means the upside is heavily imbalanced compared to the downside. Look at it this way. If you're risking $100 on a trade, you are only doing so because the setup offers a clear, logical path to making at least $300. Your risk is strictly capped at 1R, while your potential reward is 3R. You are no longer trading dollars for pennies, my friends. You are risking pennies to make dollars.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why this strategy is so insanely powerful. Check out that massive 60% slice representing your losses. When you utilize asymmetric risk to reward, that much smaller 40% slice of wins is actually what generates all of your wealth. You can comfortably live with the fact that the majority of your trades are going to be red simply because the green ones completely overshadow them.
All right, Section 4. Running the numbers. Let's look at a 10-trade simulation to see this in action.
I know hearing that you can lose most of the time sounds almost too good to be true, so let's just methodically prove it right now. Imagine you take 10 trades, strictly following that 1-to-3 rule. You hit a terrible streak and you lose 6 of them. Okay, so your total losses are negative $600. But because you actually held your winners to their targets, you win 4 trades. 4 trades times $300 each brings your total wins to a very nice positive $1,200. Now look at the bottom line. Your net profit is positive $600. We've undeniably proven that with asymmetric risk, you can consistently compound your account without needing to be some perfect market predicting wizard. So the crucial point is beautifully summed up right here. Focus on the math, protect your capital, and let the law of large numbers build your wealth. Seriously, stop trying to win every single trade. It is a fool's errand. Instead, obsess over the math. Ensure that absolutely every setup offers you an asymmetric advantage. Whether you trade Forex, crypto, or gold, this mathematical principle is completely universal. And hey, if this light bulb just went off for you, please share this explainer with someone else in your trading community who really needs to hear it. We've got to save as many beginners from the math of ruin as we possibly can.
If you are finally ready to stop gambling and start building a real systematic edge, we've got everything you need. You can check out our full masterclass on YouTube at the handle right here on the screen, and you can read today's full written strategy breakdown and guides over on our Substack at themoneyblueprintzero.substack.com. But before we go, I want to leave you with one final, slightly provocative question to chew on next time you sit down at the charts. Is your current trading strategy actually respecting the math, or is it just feeding your ego? Really think about it. Thanks for learning with me today, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.